Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Honorable the Dean of Faculty of Nursing, University Muhammadiyah Jakarta, Dr. Muhammad Hadi. Honorable Vice Dean 1, Dr. Irna Nursanti. Honorable Vice Dean 2, Mrs. Idriani. Honorable Vice Dean 3, Mr. Samsul Anwar. Honorable all of the Head of Study Program, Faculty of Nursing, Muhammadiyah University of Jakarta. Honorable distinguished speakers, Dr. Kamal Turner and Dr. Matani Radaputer from Boromarajonani College of Nursing, Changwat Nonthaburi, Thailand. Honorable all faculty members and all participants, welcome to the International Learning Experience Program. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let we thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Almighty God, for the rahmah and the blessing us with the healthiness and give us the opportunity to attend in the International Learning Experience Program held by Faculty of Nursing, University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta. In line with the theme of this program, sharpen intercultural understanding to become active and informed global citizens. Today, we expect to learn a lot from Thailand, an interesting topic of maternity and community nursing in COVID-19 pandemic era. And I'm Dia Natasha, very honored to be the master ceremony of today's event. And please allow me to explain the course today. We will start with the safety instruction, and I will inform the rules on the webinar and continue with the panel presentations and discussion and also closing remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving to the first agenda. I will read the safety instructions following webinar as follows. First, participants are expected to pay attention to your own PC and laptop or mobile devices visibility. And participants are expected to pay attention to the comfort and ergonomic positions during the webinar. And please pay attention to the electrical hazard on the charge or the charger cable or switch around you. And to prevent the pandemic contagious, for the participants who watch together, please ensure a safe distance and wear a mask. And ensure adequate intake of fluids and nutrients, as well as an internet connections to follow the webinar completion. And there are also several webinar rules to be followed. The first one, all participants were asked to use neat and appropriate or formal clothes. And all participants, please change your name in the Zoom profile by writing your full name and do not use the device's name. If the committee does not recognize the participant's identity or does not match what is recorded in the registration form, then the committee has the right to remove the participants from the applications. And questions are asked through Zoom chat platform by mentioning your name and also your origins of the institutions. If the questions is specific to one of the speakers, then state who the questions is addressed to, and the committee has the right to choose the questions that will submitted to the speakers. And I would like to also remind the participants once again, please register on the registrations link below as a proof of your attendance and do not say attendance in the Zoom chat room. Honorable speakers, ladies and gentlemen, proceeding to the next agenda, let's we hear speech from the Dean of Faculty of Nursing as well as to officially open today's event. Please welcome Dr. Muhammad Hadi. Time and screen is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Natasha. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo, Dr. Kamora. Dr. Kamalat and Dr. Matane Radaputar. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, the Honorable Dr. Kamalat and Dr. Matane, as today's speaker from Orojanani College of Nursing. How are you, Dr. Kamalat? You're fine? From Orojanani College of Nursing, Changwat Nonthaburi, Thailand, and therefore lecturer and my beloved student. I'm very pleased to be here today in our second international learning experience. The decision to call this international online seminar was a few months ago, when originally planned to send our students to directly experience how it is learning in other countries. And also learn from many experts in nursing. Then the pandemic gets used and we have to stay to keep everybody safe. But we refuse to make this pandemic as an excuse, and that is why we decided to go ahead with the plan about international learning through online seminar. If anything, this pandemic can also be seen as blessing in disguise, with more accessible online seminar for anyone who are willing to learn. The theme of this event is a sharpened intercultural understanding to become active and informed global citizen. We hope through this international learning experience program, students can understand cultural similarities and difference with other countries in terms of nursing, therapeutic, and nursing service procedure. Participation in the experience of studying abroad enables students to build personal and social competencies, as well as intercultural understanding, including language skill. As you may know, in the first event, we invite our speaker from National Cheng University, Taiwan. They share about the research opportunity during pandemic and also the strategies to deal with stigma toward nurses. As for today, we have invited our speaker from our neighbor country, Thailand. When I heard Thailand, I not only remember their rice culture, their sour but tasty food, but I also remember that they are famous for the nursing education, especially their community and maternity nursing. I believe our speaker today are more than capable to share the knowledge about community and maternity nursing today, especially during this tough time. How are community and maternity nurses in Thailand can still provide their best while maintaining the new health protocol. Above all, we can learn from them and then able to practice in real life. The second international digital learning experience is a collaboration between Faculty of Nursing University Muhammadiyah and Guru Marajonani College of Nursing, Changwat Nonthaburi. This is our first collaboration between us. I hope in the future we can collaborate more in many events. We are really looking forward to it. Again, hopeful everyone here can take something from the speaker so that we can make the nursing work better through research and action. Thank you for joining. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opening remark from Dr. Muhammad Hadi. Now we proceed to the next agenda. We will have a panel presentation sessions, and we will have two speakers in these sessions. The first speaker is Dr. Kamal Turner, will present COVID-19 administrations and maternity nursing during the pandemic era in Thailand. And the second speaker is Dr. Matani Radaputer. We will speak about the healthcare system and community nursing role during pandemic. And this session will lead by Mrs. Dewi Anggraini as a moderator. And before we start the sessions, let me introduce the moderator for today's. She is Mr. Dewi Anggraini, graduated from University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta for her Bachelor in Nursing program, and she's continuing her master program at NCKU Taiwan and graduated in 2018. She is one of the lecturer at University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta, and her major is maternity nursing, and she's been conducted many research, as you can see in the screen, in her field. And also she recently received a grant in research and community service program. Without any further ado, please join me in welcoming Mrs. Dewi Anggraini.
Thank you, everyone. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for joining us for today's seminar. My name is Dewi, and I'm the moderator of the second international learning experience for today. Thank you for Faculty of Nursing, Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta for the opportunity. Nursing role during a pandemic in Thailand. And just a little information before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the chat box in your Zoom control, the panel down below. So make sure you write down your question in English, then I will bring them up during the presentation, and we will also have time to question at the end. Okay, I will share here. Okay, so the first speaker is Dr. Kamal Turner. So she was work for more than 35 years in nursing field, and her current position is director of Boromara Jonani College of Nursing, Changwat Nonthaburi, Thailand. She has 21 publications in several areas such as nursing education, curriculum development and evaluation, nursing roles and competency, leadership and management, also maternal and newborn nursing. She has also received numerous grants and awards in nursing field in Thailand and Australia. And she was active as a committee member of the Nurses Association of Thailand and International. So without Kamala Turner as our first speaker for today, Dr. Turner, you can start whenever you're ready. I'll stop share. Okay. I'm sorry, still unmute. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, the moderator.
Okay.
Dewi.
Yeah.
First of all, I have to thank Dr. Muhammad Hadi, the Dean of Faculty of Nursing, University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta, for inviting me. Hi, Dr. Hadi. All right, it's my great pleasure to be invited.
Yeah.
It's a bit delay. I think the net a bit delay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. It's my great pleasure
to
be. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Like to like thank again for inviting me, and it's my pleasure to share with you the experience of Thailand during the pandemic. As some of you may know that Thailand is considered as one of the top countries who can manage to control the cases of COVID very well. So today, my topic actually focus on maternity nursing role during the pandemic, but I think I would like to provide you some brief background about general management or administration for controlling the COVID in Thailand. So you have some view about what we're doing, and then can link to the maternity and also newborn nursing, as some of you may be involved in that kind of work. Right, let me share you my slide.
Okay.
Okay, can you see the screen properly?
Yeah,
Because
we can see it clearly. Yes.
okay, because on my screen it come up with some bar that block the view. If you can see it, all right. Okay, so that the view of my college. Your dean been to my college before, because like he said at the start that we both partnership, like Brom Ratchanani College of Nursing จังหวัดนนทบุรี and the University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta. We both collaborate and had signed an MOU for academic and research collaboration. Right, let me go to the start. All right. I have to get back to my first slide.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So like I said, I will talk a little bit about the general administration for the COVID-19 and then maternity nursing during the pandemic. As you know that I work at Brom Ratchanani College of Nursing จังหวัดนนทบุรี and my college is under Pabarom Ratchanok Institute, and that the map of Thailand, and you can see that the mark for the dense of the case. And my talk today will my talk today will cover a brief overview of management and situation of COVID-19 in Thailand, and emerging infectious disease management. And I will show you example of Bamrat Naradun Infectious Disease Institute, who is the specialty organization who deal with emerging disease. And then I will show you about the college management during the pandemic, and also the maternity nursing role. Let me see, how do I, okay, yeah, because something blocked. Come up. Right. I'd like to show you the current situation of Thailand for the COVID-19 infection. Like from the report yesterday, we have total cases 3,261, and 3,109 already recovered, and 98 hospitalized, and about 58 people die. We have local transmission back to zero for over 50 days if count up to today, it will be already 58 days that we don't have in-country infection. But the case, like if we look at the case yesterday, you can see that yesterday we have 6 cases, new infection, but all 6 cases, they came from outside the country. So we don't have local infection at all. And compared to the world, if you look at the world figure, you can see that the world figure now is went up to more than 15 million. So that quite a shocking number, isn't it? All right. So in Thailand, we start to have the first case during January, and then we have a small number. The first group of cases usually come from China or some leader or return from China in January, but we don't get any throughout February until mid of March. That when the case went up very high.
We're sorry, Dr. Kamorat. We cannot hear you clearly, I think. Okay.
All right.
I think that,
maybe
yeah.
the internet not so
Okay.
clear. And
okay.
on my screen, I keep seeing some block that block my view, like waiting room. So someone waiting room is not my view. It can clear out. So Thailand is mid-March. I see that on 22nd of March, when we have a case, we show you. Yeah, on that day, we have total case of 599, and that the peak time we have 188 new cases, and at the time 45 cure and 1 dead and 7 severe, 553 in hospital. What Thailand do? I have to put this away. Okay. Thailand had a quick response to Devi. Like,
Yeah.
I need someone to help me because like the block of admit participants just come up on my screen all the time. Yeah. So it blocked. Yeah. So can
Is it gone?
you just,
Is it gone now?
Yeah, it's gone now because it keep coming.
Okay.
It come back again.
Okay.
It keep,
Sorry for
it
the inconvenience. That's okay.
Yeah, it keep coming back and it
Yeah.
block my view. Okay. So can someone, I don't know. This one keep coming.
Is it still pop up to your screen?
Yes, it's pop up to my screen all the time. I don't know how to move this away.
Okay, wait. Pak Agus, mungkin bisa diganti dokter Kamuratnya tidak di. Okay,
Yeah,
is it gone now?
It's
Okay.
gone now. It's gone now.
Okay.
Because like when people try to log in, it's come up on the screen. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you about the response of Thailand to the pandemic. Like when in March the case start to go up, and at the time people predict that if we didn't do anything, it's gonna be like over 100,000 in not many days. The Prime Minister just set up the Center for COVID-19 situation administration, and everywhere is doctor. Yes, the doctor will come on the television to COVID-19 infection in Thailand, and every day people get about the situation, and also other responses to this pandemic, including school and university shut down from 18 March, and the minister declared a state of emergency on the 26th March, and then because all public venues, all business, all shopping center, they all need to be closed, and several other provinces they also closed down many things. Curfew also has been announced in the 3rd of April, and then right now the curfew started not long ago. Now we don't have curfew anymore, but we still have the state of emergency still exist. And national and international flights also were suspended within the airport just shut, and lockdown measures were implemented throughout the country, but at different degree. Like in some province, they don't let other people from other province enter their province. If they enter, they have to quarantine at least 14 days. And the rate of new cases gradually dropped throughout April. And May, had fallen down to near zero. And you can see that we also have many measures to control the pandemic. You can see even the monk when they go out to get food from people, they need to wear mask and also the face shield, and we provide hand gel for sanitization everywhere. And if you go to shop or shopping center, you have to follow. Then we have guideline for you what you have to do. First, you have to wear mask. If you don't wear mask, you cannot enter the shop. You cannot use services of anything. They will not let you go on the bus. And you need to get temperature check, and you need to clean your hand, and also need to keep distance from other people. For education, public education, they will teach people for self-monitoring and let them know about the risks if they contact people. They need to be quarantined, and also they need to get a screening test and hygiene, especially hand washing, and use gel for hand sanitizer. All crowds wearing masks, so all the business shut at the time. And then we have quarantine both at the national level, like state quarantine and local quarantine. Also, some people who not high risk, if they have low risk, they can do the self quarantine. We have travel restrictions and also social distancing, and many hostels have been set up as a field hospital. Some of our colleges have become the field hospital too, that they have to take the PUI, people under investigation, people who have high risk. So they have to put them into some of accommodation. Some join that project, and some college join that project. Some of the college under the Parom Rajanok Institute have also become the field hospital for local quarantine. And if you can see this graph that show you about the figure of the number of cases who recover, being treated, and die. So it's not going up to chart. And I'd like to show you about what the minister doing one time that he get the interview.
Ma'am, would you please raise up the volume of the video, or is not, or is
Let
it there
let
are no?
me
Okay.
let me let me show it. Is that better?
Yeah.
as from his talk, you can see that like Thailand can fight COVID-19 because of the hard work of the healthcare personnel. We all work so hard. And another example that I would like to show you is the institute that is the leading organization who helped Thailand to pass that crisis. I show how they perform to lead Thailand get through this situation.
The volume, please, ma'am.
Sorry?
The volume. We cannot hear the video sound.
Can you hear it?
No.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
No. How about in campus? Wait.
Sorry? What
Mr. Kamil, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you. What was the problem?
We cannot hear the video sound.
All right, let me show you again.
Yeah.
Let me see if I take this out. Can you hear it?
Diseases, which have been major health problems of Thailand for a long time.
Can you hear it?
To date, the Bamrat
Yeah.
Infectious Diseases Institute of the Department of Disease Control, Ministry of Public Health, has been providing medical services and playing a key role in communicable disease control. Amidst the changes in global society, the problems of communicable diseases, which Thailand has basically faced, have advanced to another dimension. As a result, the Institute's scope, mission, and operations have to be changed, along with the development of knowledge, focusing on the standards and quality of care. Humanized care for everyone with compassion and coordination among relevant personnel in a holistic manner. Based on past experiences, the management of technical matters on communicable diseases, hospital-acquired or nosocomial infections, and healthcare services has been coordinated and designed to work in systematic manner, to be ready to respond to dangerous emerging and re-emerging diseases, which have been encountered by many countries. At present, the Bamrat Naradun Infectious Diseases Institute, by law, is responsible for controlling and treating highly contagious diseases and has deployed experiences in tackling many major infectious diseases such as cholera, HIV/AIDS, SARS, avian influenza, pandemic influenza, MERS, and Ebola, and in modifying its working system, showing the results of its preparedness with regard to premises and medical treatment, to be efficient and up-to-date for disease control purposes. Based on the administrative and patient care systems in normal situations, the Institute has prepared to modify them for use in a situation of public health emergency. For example, the operations building has been designed to be ready to perform the screening, categorizing, proving, and designing of treatment regimens through various laboratories. The Institute has also prepared its personnel to be able to work in different dimensions and ready to cope with any situation that will occur. In the meantime, The management of knowledge that arises in the system is an important activity to which the Institute has given importance, as reflected in research projects whose results have appeared continuously within the country and abroad. Today, the Bamra Naradun Infectious Diseases Institute has become a learning and training center for Thai and foreign health personnel, which is regarded as collaborative efforts in sharing knowledge of communicable disease control, as well as linking and transferring technologies among relevant partners, as per the Institute's intention and vision. The Bamra Naradun Infectious Disease Institute is a leading agency in the technical aspects of communicable diseases, infectious diseases, and nosocomial infections at the international level, and in health services of acceptable standards by the year 2023.
That one of the institute that helped Thailand to cope with the pandemic, because this hospital accept so many cases. And I talked to the staff there. Someday they got people came to the OPD up to 800 people, and they have to feed them too, because if they are the PUI, people under investigation, they couldn't let those people go away from the hospital. So they had to feed them, they have to get food for them. And some day they didn't have enough food, they just had to give them instant noodles, or in Thailand we call mama. Those of you who visit Thailand before, you may know what I mean by a mama. That is the brand of instant noodles that very popular in Thailand. Right? You still hear me okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay. All right. So that the part of general administration of the government of Thailand have done so far. And I would like to let you know a little bit about what did we do during the peak time. So this is the experience of our college during the pandemic. We also, when the government set up the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration at our college, we also set up a committee for COVID-19 administration. And we call for a meeting very often during that time to discuss about what we need to do. Like, first of all, we need to have a guideline for prevention measure. For example, uh, all students and staff had to wear masks, and we have to try to find and get masks to provide to students and staff. And at a time when the supply is the same but the demand went up sharply, it's not easy to get the supplies enough for our student and staff. So we got some conflict and crisis too. And our staff make the hand gel by ourselves. We have to get the material to make the effective, like hand sanitizer, and give to our students and staff so they can wash their hand all the time. And we screen for fever at the gate of our college. Like, every person who enter the college will need to be screened by thermometer. If their temperature higher than 37.3, we will not let them in the college. And also we practice social distancing according to the government policy. So we will inform our staff to uh, be apart from each other at least uh, at least 2 meters at a time, as the government announced that no two people come closer than 2 meters. And I had to inform my staff who used to have lunch together that they're not allowed to sit together when they're having lunch. They need to be apart and have their own lunch in space. For the office management, we have to let them work from home. Only half of the staff come to the college, and another half will work at home. And we also provided flexible hours. For example, usually people need to come to work from 8:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. So we let them uh, alternate their time to be 7:30 to 3:30 and up to 9:30 to 5:30. So that can spread people out. And for educational management, we also had to close our college. When I say close, that means only students went home. Then no classroom teaching, no clinical practicum. That is a bit of chaos too, because like we need to stop our student from their practicum just right away and had to send all students back home. But our staff still work, like I said, like half work at the college and half work at home, and had to try to plan how to get students to move on. So after student went home from 20 of March, and then they came back to our college at the end of June. During that time, we need to change the subjects that's supposed to learn in the year in the next year to learn in during that summer time. In Thailand, during April to June is the summer semester. So we have to swap. The students stop their critical practicum, but then we move the theoretical subjects to learn at that time. And we need to change to be online teaching. So we have to prepare our staff, prepare our student, and have to also get resource ready like the Wi-Fi, the computer supplies, internet, and etc. And it's not easy because some of our students live up to the mountain that internet not so good. So we have to try to get them to go to somewhere that they can use internet. And for academic services that we usually do the training course for people who already work, we have to also change to be online. And recently we did the blended for to keep social distancing. For example, like last time we had a training course that supposed to have about 200 people. So we have to get some of them stay at home and then access the training online, and only a few of them came to the on-site training. That about the management of our college as an educational organization. Okay, my last part, I would like to share you about the maternity nursing role in Thailand. Actually, during that pandemic period, we didn't have any pregnancy, any pregnant women who get COVID-19 infection. And for Thailand, we have the Royal Thai College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists provide the guideline. So the chart of the Royal Thai College, we call them RGCOG, and they provide the clinical practice guideline management for COVID-19 infection in pregnancy for all personnel in Thailand to follow. For example, like at the antenatal clinic, they focus on screening and prevention. You can see that when they came in, they will see the hand gel. They need to clean their hand with the hand gel, and um, they need to screen them by the history, see if they have high risk by contacting people who suspect of infection. They need to screen them by checking the temperature. If the temperature more than 37.5, they need to get screening test. And also, if they are the person under investigation, or we call PUI, they will need to follow the quarantine guideline. And hygiene is very restrict of the antenatal clinic. Everyone who came to the clinic will need to wear masks. And this is the waiting place for the pregnant women and their relatives who come with the pregnant women. For social distancing, we will not allow them to sit next together. You can see on the chair that this one means they can sit, and they need to lift this one. They cannot sit on this one, and they can sit on this one. And if this place is full, they will not allow the relatives to come with them. The pregnant women will need to come in only by themselves, and they won't let them bring young children to the hospital because it's hard to control. All right, and this is the examination bed. Like they worry about the hygiene too, so they will change the pillowcase and the bed sheet case by case. So they will need to supply a lot of bed sheet, and also this one to wipe the abdominal of the patient, and also wipe the dropper. As you know that when the pregnant women come to get their abdominal examination, when they listen to the fetal heart sound, they will need to use the gel with the dropper to
Doppler,
listen
yeah.
to fetal heart sound. Can you hear me all right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yeah.
I really I let you ask question or give comment at the end. Okay. So if you can't hear me, just let me know. You can see that they will have to do this like in the past. Just one women come in, and then the next person just lie down on the bed next to each next after another person get up. And for the pregnant woman, when they enter the clinic, they need to wash their hand, and they give they will check for their history. And the nurse, both the nurse and the patient will wear masks, as you can see. And during this period, and they still practice until now, they delay the follow-up schedule. For example, when the pregnant women need to come to follow up every 4 weeks, they extend to be 6 weeks if they don't have any risk or low risk. And if the case that need to come back every 2 weeks, they will extend to be 3 weeks or 4 weeks to let less people come into the hospital, so that for social distancing and minimize the risk of infection too. And in labor room, they seal everything. As you can see that all the cupboard sealed with plastic. So they only make things that they use it more often on the top of the counter. And they screen everyone who come to the labor room too. They check the history, they check temperature, they check the symptoms, and they also encourage screening tests for all the cases who give birth. But in this case, the pregnant woman will have to pay by themselves. But if they have the criteria of contacting with infected people, they don't have to pay. But in case that they didn't have any uh, history of contacting infectious case, and they just do it for screening, they would need to pay by themselves, that around 100 US dollar. But if the patient didn't want to, they can't force them, but they just like to check them to be sure that the pregnant women don't have COVID-19. And for further prevention in the labor room, they try not to get anything spread out too much. Like, you know that when people giving birth, they might shout, they might scream, and if you're not sure if they have anything or not, you just have to try to block the spreading of all the droplet. So they put the plastic to cover the place that the woman lie down, and also seal with plastic so easy to clean, that the labor room of the hospital that our student practice. And this for the newborn area care after they gave birth, they have to clean, and also everywhere everything is sealed with plastic to make sure that it's clean. And postpartum care still uh, focus on prevention. You can see that both the father and the mother wearing masks even during breastfeeding. The mother still wear mask, and also they also limit the number of visitors, so they only allow the husband and the mother of the woman who give birth in the hostel. So they don't let other visitors in the hostel, and still hand hygiene is focused. That is about the situation and experience of Thailand for general situation of the COVID and in the area of maternity nursing. But so far, we still didn't have a report case of pregnant women get COVID-19 infection. But anyway, the hospital prepare to get ready if they need to admit the case. For example, they prepare the negative room. You know negative room, right? The room that have the minus pressure. So they have negative room if any pregnant women who need to give birth and found positive for the COVID-19, they will need to do it in the negative room. So that what the hospital in Thailand have prepared for the COVID-19 crisis period. Thank you very much, Magaset.
Thank you, Dr. Turner. It's such amazing how Thailand very strict to prevent also in maternity care. Okay, so next we will turn the time over to our second speaker. Wait. So our second speaker is Dr. Matani Radabuter, PhD, for the topic healthcare system and community nursing role during pandemic in Thailand. She has worked for about 24 years in Boromara Jonani College of Nursing, Changwat Nonthaburi, Thailand, as nursing instructor. Currently, she has 8 paper publications and several research projects in nursing field. She is interested in family and community health nursing, health promotion and illness prevention, basic concept and principle of nursing, also nursing research. She is active in community service in Thailand, such as nurse specialist and consultant in health promotion, also consultant in community approach for nurse students and community nurse. Okay. So for Dr. Buter, you can share your screen whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. According to the Dr. Kamala Turner talk about the COVID-19 situation in my country as Thailand. Then I will follow her about the healthcare system and community nursing role during pandemic in Thailand. As we know, the COVID-19 pandemic is challenging the delivery of nursing care in several environments, including Indonesia, Thailand, and around the world. And the community nurse team provide care, complex care, and every care to households, family, and participants. The COVID-19 challenge community nurse with opportunity to provide care to people in the community. For community nurse, this may not be difficult because this task we are doing every day, like a routine every day in community. Then today I will talk about follow this outline. First, I would like to talk about what Thailand is doing in pandemic after Dr. Komolas told. The second, I would like to talk about healthcare system and family care in Thailand. Third, I will talk about the scope of primary care in Thailand. Next, why COVID-19 affect on the healthcare system in Thailand. And then COVID-19 and community mitigation strategy in Thailand. What community nurse need to tell the patient, family, and patient in community. COVID-19 pandemic management for community nurses. And the last one, I will talk about the new normal lifestyle in religion activity. Did you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah. First, I would like to talk about what Thailand is doing in pandemic. As we know, the Thailand is strongly capacity for case detection, risk management, case investigation, laboratory diagnosis, clinical management, infection prevention, control, risk management, communication for the COVID-19. The second, Thailand is also update its national pandemic influence preparedness plan to people in Thailand and they announce every day about the statistic of patient in Thailand. With WHO support, the National Institute of Healthcare in Thailand support specimen testing for the patient in Thailand and support to every country that need the testing. Visitors are being screened and provide information upon arrival, including now to report and every possible illness by using online, such as 1422 online. After this, I would like to talk about healthcare system and primary healthcare in Thailand. As we know, in Thailand, the same university and or near universal coverage of healthcare has been a prominent objective of healthcare reform in many countries, especially in Thailand. This can only be possible under the appreciate design of healthcare system in nation. In Thailand, the healthcare system can divide into 3 levels in Thailand. First, primary healthcare. Secondly, primary healthcare level consists of community health and healthcare center in the community. Second, of healthcare level in Thailand, such as the general hospital, small private hospital, and the last one, the tertiary level, consists of university hospital, public hospital, and specialized hospital in Thailand. Then I would like to talk about the primary healthcare in Thailand because we work like the community nurse work at primary healthcare in Thailand. The scope of primary healthcare in Thailand. The scope of primary healthcare in Thailand, we have a lot of situation, a lot of strategy for provide healthcare system to patients in the community. First, I would like to talk about promoting health to all age in our group because in the family, in the community, I would like to take care including individual, family, and community, and every age, all age in group in community. Second, we have to prevent and control illness, including accident, violence, and pandemic, and also pandemic such as COVID-19. The strategy for the provide prevention and control illness in Thailand, including immunization, promoting of healthy environment, manage of outbreak control, and comprehensive health assessment of individual, family, and community. And the last one, early detection and management of health and risk behavior and individual, community, and family. Then we have to manage the chronic illness condition at home and in the community. For example, the hypertension, diabetes, and stroke. We have to manage the terminal care illness patient at home also. And then at the I would like to empower the people to utilize their minimize potential for the patient. And the last one, actively participate in the community to development, like a health care and protection, everything for protect and prevent COVID-19 in the community. In Thailand, it's the same. Every country around the world, because we got the effect of the healthcare from the COVID-19. We would like to know about why every country have to improve primary care to prevent COVID-19, because there are limited number of hospital, doctor, nurse, and healthcare provider. You can see, can you see the picture? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. We still can hear you.
Yeah. Because in Thailand, there are a lot of patients in the hospital. We don't have a lot of medical equipment, not enough for take care every patient admit in hospital. And then hospital have limited medical, as I told you about, we have limited medical equipment for carrying the COVID-19 patient, because the COVID-19 patient have to use a lot of special equipment such as ventilator. The healthcare provider, including doctor, nurses, have to wear the PPE and mask when they take care of the patient in the hospital. And then if you want to protect a pandemic in the community, you have to identify or test possible case quickly and place them in the strict isolation. If we can't identify or test the patient, it may be pandemic or contact to other people in the community. In Thailand, if you go to everywhere, such as supermarket, market, and hospital or school, you have to take temperature every time. That's one is the situation in Thailand. They have a lot of patient is a crowded patient in hospital. Then healthcare provider need to identify close contact of cases and place the patient to the quarantine to limit possible spread. In Thailand, if visitor come to Thailand, they have to be quarantined in the limited area. We have such as in the hotel for free and the school that prepare for the quarantine patient. As you see the face of the quarantine patient, they happy when they exit from the quarantine. Okay, next I will show you about the COVID-19 and community mitigation strategy in pandemic. In Thailand, we have a lot of strategy to control the COVID-19. As you see about the cancel of the event and suspension of event that may be spreader potential of COVID-19, and use of a social distancing measure to reduce distance and close contact between people in the community. For example, in the school, some school, they are separate between male and female students, such as the male student can study on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. and female students can study on Thursday and Tuesday. And travel restriction, including reduced flight, public transportation, and route restriction without compromising essential service. In Thailand, now I think now is still close the flight. No, no flight. I think no flight to the other country. And voluntary home have to quarantine of the house of their house or the quarantine setting that the government prepare for them. And next, we have to change to federal service to minimize crowded site of patient because the body maybe have the fluid from the disease. Then every federal service have to change style and limited the people to join in the federal service, and have to clear communication from national and international health authorization to ensure verify information to people. We have to tell about the number of patient, number of recovery patient from the hospital. Then I will show you the video about the job for patient in community nurse in Thailand. This one is the work. The community works have to work in the community. They have to go to the community by using plain clothes instead of PPE. And they have to wear gloves and mask. They talk about when they come to the community, they have to prevent yourself from the patient in the community. We have to change glove every time. Sometimes they have to use the old linen clothes because we don't have a lot of the raincoats or PPE. They have motorcycle to come to the patient home to screen the patient in the community. They talk about the routine work in the community. When they come to the community to screen the patient.
Ma'am, we're sorry. Are you playing a video? Ma'am?
Huh?
Yeah. Are you playing a video or something?
Yeah. Did you see the video?
No, we're sorry. We just hear your voice and your PPT.
Okay, okay. I will show you again.
Yeah, okay. We still see your PPT. Ma'am, we're sorry, we still cannot see the video. Dr. Matani, do you need any help?
I think you
You see
need
that?
to stop sharing first and then go to share screen, because like if you just share the file, it just show your PPT. You have to
Yeah.
stop sharing first.
Okay, we can see the video now.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Do you mind to start from the beginning? Is it okay,
Did
ma'am?
you see that?
We can see the video.
Okay.
But it's still not play yet.
Okay, I will explain you.
Okay.
Yeah. They talk about when they come to the community, they try to screen the patient in the community by using the
Excuse me,
raincoat.
Dr. Matani. Excuse
Yes.
me, the video not playing. The video is
Sorry.
stopped. It's still not playing.
Okay, I am so of this computer. I try to stop this video. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay.
Take your time, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I will pass this video. Okay. Next time I will show you again about this about the video. Yeah. Then I would like to talk about the COVID pandemic management for the community nurses. Because I will show you the video first, and then I will conclude that video to you about the community nurses manage COVID-19. The community nurse have to maintain frequently necessary medical medication to the patient in the community. They have to provide medical to their home. They have to walk to their home by or using the motorcycle to home of the patient home. For access and require medication, because the medication have the patient have to take medication regularly, because such as they have to take reduce blood pressure. They have to take the medication for reduce blood pressure. And access to required medication have been facilitated by whatever means participable. And then community nurse manage provide the decision that is made based on reasonable assessment of treatment facility, which are likely to be available to the patient, like the heavy work for the community nurse. And then community nurse should share knowledge or information to the patient in the community. Sometimes or every day they have to knock the patient home to tell about how to prevent COVID-19, how to resolve the COVID-19 patient, or how to recover the COVID-19 patient. What community nurse need to tell the patient or patient family? As I tell you, the provide information, sign and symptom of COVID-19. The most common of which are fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath. I will show you the sign and symptom clinical, because in the sign of and symptom of COVID-19, we can separate to 3 levels. The first level is the most common symptom: fever, dry cough, and difficult breathing. Then, for less common symptom is as ache and pain, sore throat, diarrhea, conjunctivitis, headache, or severe headache. Lot of taste or smell. Sometimes I lost of taste or smell. I worry about I will be COVID-19 patient. And
Ma'am, you're freezing your screen. Ma'am, can you hear me? Dr. Matani? Hello, Dr. Matani. Can you hear me? Ma'am? Oh, oh, she left. Well, maybe it's because the internet connection was bad at her. So yeah, so I think maybe we can move to okay, we will go ahead and take some time for questions now.
Yeah,
So
if you like to
yeah.
discuss with me, you can.
Yeah, okay. So just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions into the chat box below. And yeah, it looks like we have a few questions. We have a, okay.
แล้วเขียนชื่อก็เขียนไว้แค่
Yeah, I think we have several questions from Renaissance. Sorry.
Yeah.
Renaissance and Radiatan Khalilov. Those are our students, and I think you already answer in your chat box.
You can
right?
explain.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can explain so other people know what.
Okay, please.
Talking with her. Can you explain to them?
hello.
Okay. Hi.
Oh, you back.
Hi, Dr. Matani.
Okay, sorry, because in my area have heavy rain.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so do you want to continue?
Yeah, I would like to
continue. You can share your PPT now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see that? Okay. Next, what the community nurse need to tell the patient. The first time I have to tell the information. Next, I would like to teach the patient way to protect themselves from the contacting COVID-19, such as hand washing frequently with soap and water at least 20 minutes, 8 seconds, and using hand sanitizer. Avoid touching face, eye, and mouth when your hand is dirty or not washing. Cleaning or disinfection frequently touching surface and avoid close contact with people. Then you have to use the social distance at least 1 meter or 6 feet or 2 meters and at least 1 meter, and wearing a mask all the time when you were in the social community. And then you have to educate about the strategy to early detection and prevention, such as isolation, quarantine. When you you have the sign or symptom of COVID-19, first time you have to isolate yourself or quarantine yourself in home. Control your travel. You don't have to go to a market and school. Avoid contact other people. And active monitoring about observe yourself. And if you have sign and symptom, you should go to the hospital to detect COVID-19. And by seeking healthcare advice, if you have sign and symptom are determined, and protecting others from you. This is why I have to tell the people in the community to prevent COVID-19. Did you hear me? Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I worry about the signal. Okay. Not only the community nurse in Thailand. I think you have to. I think you have heard about the village health volunteer in Thailand. Okay, village health volunteer in Thailand have also hard work in the community. Village health volunteer as a key person in the community. He hard work, and he go to every house in the community to screen COVID-19. He worked as the community nurses, and I will show you the video for you about the village health volunteer working in the community.
We still cannot see your video, ma'am. Oh, the screen is still your PPT.
David?
Yeah?
Is that?
No, ma'am.
What happened? I don't know.
I think you should stop sharing first, the PPT, and then you share your screen again when the YouTube open.
Okay, give me.
Yes.
Okay, take your time. Take your
I think
time.
you just share the file. You did not share the screen. So the file
Yeah.
still on the instead of file. So you have to stop sharing your file first,
Okay.
and then go to share screen.
Okay, we can see that.
Okay, thank you.
But there's no voice. I mean, do you? Are you sure the volume is raised up? The volume.
Did you see that?
Yeah, we can see that, but we cannot hear anything from the video sound.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Did you hear?
Do you already have you checked the mute, the narrow, and then the speaker? Is it already checked or no?
It's already open the most.
Yeah. I mean, there's a mute icon below, and then you open the narrow. Is it already clicked? Already checklist? Ah.
Did you hear that?
Oh, yes, yes, we can. Yeah, we can hear that. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, would you mind to maximize the volume?
Okay. It's okay?
Um, I still cannot hear clearly, but do you mind to tell us what happened in the video? While you speak, while you
Village
speak.
health volunteer. He worked in the community to screen the patient in the community on COVID-19. He tell about their job when they come to the community. Okay, done for this video.
Thank you.
Sorry about the.
That's okay. That's okay. You can share your PPT now.
Okay. Okay, I will share you the next one, the last one for new normal lifestyle in the religion activity in Thailand. I show the Muslim religion in Thailand, like the same Indonesia. You can share your lifestyle on Muslim activity in your country, such as my country. The first one, then when you give the Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, before we have to touch hand and hug to other one or my family or my friend, such as your family or your city. Then now in Thailand, you can give them Assalamualaikum, but you can't touch hand, you can't hug your friend, because that one is the contact COVID-19 and spread of COVID-19. Then when you wash your part of body, you have to use the tap water. Don't use color in your country called color, like the water in the bowl in the same your friends.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the rule in my country. Then you have to clean your mouth and every like a mat for your prayer, and you have to clean every 5 times before and after your prayer in the mosque. And when you pray, you have to use your individual prayer mat. Don't sharing your prayer mat with your friend, your family, something like this. And you have to clean your prayer mat every time after you pray. And when you have fever, you cough, or you have the sign and symptom of COVID-19, you should not come to the mosque. You should only pray in your house, and you should also pray every 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last one, I think Muslim around the world have to take dua. You mean you know dua? You are like you allow something from the Allah to
pray.
To resolve or reduce the COVID-19 in the around the world. Something like that in your country. That's why we the same. We talk a lot of this behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. You would like to share something in your country?
Okay, maybe we can read. I will read the Q&A first. Okay, but first of all, thank you, Dr. Matani. That's very inspiring how community nurses have some actions and strategies to beat the pandemic in Thailand. And we will go ahead and take some time for question now. It looks like we have a few questions. We from one of our students, Renaissance. She asks Dr. Kamalrat about how to distinguish between maternity nurses and midwives. Also, is there any special education to be a maternity nurse in Thailand? Dr. Kamalrat already answered actually, but she said that she wants to explain again to the participants. Dr. Kamalrat, okay.
I see that there's still many questions, so maybe I just have a quick response to this again.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, if it's not clear, you can ask more, but I see that there are more questions that I couldn't read, so I couldn't respond. I couldn't understand. Yeah, the language. Can you help me do the rest of the questions, please?
Um. Oh no. Oh. Actually, the chat from Dea Natasha is actually a summary from your explanations. So yeah, one of our faculty member tried to explain a little bit to summarize your explanation into Indonesian, into bahasa.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
But
so but
I can
yeah,
tell further more about the special education. Like
okay,
in different countries, they have different regulations about being maternity nursing and midwives.
yeah,
Like in some country, like for example, like the UK, you have to have a master degree or 1 year postgrad degree to be a midwife. But in some country now, they can do a midwife directly. Thailand in the past, we have a midwifery course, but now we don't do that anymore. Now everyone will need to start to study nursing, and in the nursing program, the 4 year program, or we call bachelor degree program, we combine both nursing courses and midwifery courses. So every nurse in Thailand will be considered a midwife also. But in Australia, for example, uh, a nurse will study all the nursing, including maternity nursing. So a general nurse can do maternal or maternity nursing, but they cannot be a midwife or do midwifery work. For midwife, they will need to study further as a master degree or a 1 year postgrad. So that how things work differently. And America also, in America, if you study bachelor degree in nursing, you be a regular nurse or a registered nurse. You can perform maternity nursing, but you cannot perform a midwifery work. If you want to perform midwifery work, you will need to study more.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the next question is from Radiatan Halila. It's also she is also one of our students. How could you make sure the babies who just born were okay and no virus infected to them? Do you think is it okay if the babies not wear anything to prevent them from virus?
Okay.
How to make sure? Yeah.
Let me tell you about this. Like if the person is not risk, doesn't have any risk for COVID-19 infection, like COVID can't walk to you. It's you who walk to the COVID. Like if you don't contact anyone who have high risk for COVID-19 infection, you won't get infection. So,
Yeah.
and like if situation in Thailand now, I can tell you that we don't have any local infection at all. So it's pretty safe. But anyway, they still have safety procedures for that. And in case that the women have risk for infection, for example, if their family member like involved with someone from outside the country, they will quarantine that person. That person cannot contact with their family. And if any accident that they didn't know that and they contact with the family and someone in the family is pregnant, that woman will be quarantined. And if that woman come to the hospital, they will treat them as the PUI, the person under investigation first.
Yeah.
They will need to get their screening test and then quarantine them for 14 days.
Mm.
And if after 14 days they clear. That means she didn't have any infection. And if she didn't have any infection, and when she gives birth, the baby would not have risk for infection. But anyway, they still wear mask when they give breastfeeding, and they still wash their hand regularly and use the gel sanitizer. That what we do. And also we separate patients, like I said, social distancing still in practice in Thailand. So everyone practice social distancing, especially in a hostel. So in a hostel, the space of the bed will be far enough, and everyone will get checked or have no risk for infection. And if any risk,
Mhm.
they will be in a negative room. In
Yeah.
case that the mother is suspect for COVID-19 infection after the baby born, as the guideline, they will put both the mother and the baby into a negative room, a negative pressure room,
Yeah, negative
in
pressure. Yeah.
in different room, right?
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
mother in one of the negative pressure room and the baby in one of negative pressure room. But if the mother want to have the baby with them, they will allow that, but the mother will need to clean hand, to wear mask,
Yeah.
and they can be together. And also
Yeah, right.
breastfeeding. Yes.
Right. Okay. Thank you. This is a question from Idriani. Mrs. Idriani is one of our faculty member. She chat me privately, so I will explain to you. Okay.
Okay.
I am Indriani. I am also concerned in maternity nursing. Thank
Mm.
you for your presentation. It's amazing how to see Thailand handle the pandemic. And my question is simple. How do you motivate the nurses, especially maternity nursing, to still work even though the environment is dangerous for them? How do you motivate from the Ministry of Public Health, maybe?
That a hard question. As you see the video of the Minister of
Yeah.
Health, right? He the person who inspire, and then he admire nurses and doctors a lot. You not only the maternity nurses, all nurses in Thailand, they all are dedicated to work, because in the field of maternity nursing, that's the lowest field, I think, because like usually pregnant women don't go out that much, especially during the spreading period. Pregnant women stay home, so they are considered
Yeah.
as low risk. If you work in the maternity field, you safer than other field. I can tell you that lots of people work in the COVID ward, and every day they have to wear the PPE suit and be in that suit for a long period and wearing the N95, that
Yeah.
not easy to breathe and to work. And also I show you one thing. Uh, let me show you some picture. I thought about that, but I didn't think we have time, so I didn't show you. I will show you about the work of our staff during um, the COVID-19 peak. We set up a lot of hostels to hospitalize the patients, and one of the community hospital near our college, they need nurses because they didn't have enough nurses at that time. They set up a ward, but they still need nurses. Some of our nurse went to work in a hospital. I can show you. I went with them too to prepare the ward. Let me show you. Wait. I show you some picture. Let me connect it with my line. Like at the time, 6 of our staff went to a hospital to work in a hospital for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because at that time we need more nurses. And also, like I said, in many schools, at many schools, they have to join with the quarantine
Mm.
agency.
We still haven't seen yet.
No, I still connecting it.
Okay, that's okay. While you connect to your picture, is it okay if I read a question for Dr. Matani?
Sure, sure.
Okay. This is a question for Dr. Matani from one of our faculty member, Mrs. Dea Natasha. She's actually the MC for today. Yeah. So, what is the role of community nursing to educate people and reduce the psychological issues such as worries that if the person has a sign and symptoms, they will be quarantined and it might scare people. Then they will keep silent. How to prevent that?
Yeah, it's a good question. When the patient, I think every patient, when they got the sign and symptom of COVID-19, some patient is like afraid, or uh, some community give stigma to the
Yeah.
patient. Yeah, yes, that's like my research.
Yeah.
Research in stigma, because some for example, in Thailand, some the community stigma to the patient, something like that. They don't tell healthcare provider about sign and symptom. If they have only the small common symptom, just as cough, only fever, or a little bit difficult breathe, they don't tell them about that. Then community nurses and village health volunteer have to go to every house to screen the patient in the community for uh, control the spread of the COVID-19. If we meet the patient have sign and symptoms, something like that, the community nurses have to report uh, this patient to the hospital or Ministry of Public Health to let them to go to the quarantine in the hospital or the quarantine setting that the government prepare for them. Thank you.
Okay. So, Dr. Kamalrat, so
Yes,
are you ready to share?
I'm ready to share. Let me share my screen. Okay. So you can see that
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
you can see the picture, right?
yeah,
This picture, this picture expired, so I cannot expand it for you. This the assistant minister of public health visit the community hospital. You can see that how they get inspired, because the big person give them like admiration, so they
yeah,
think that they're important, because like people like this kind of people visit them. You can see that, like that him here, he is
yeah.
the assistant minister. And let me show you about our colleagues who went to work. And I went to see them off at the hostel, and they stay at the hostel. They didn't come home during that period, because they worry that they might get the virus back home. But some of them go home every day, so that what happening during that time. But have to be patient when we online, but at least I didn't have to fly to Jakarta to talk.
Okay. Okay, so we will back to Dr. Matani. Is that all right, doctor?
Yes,
That's
Okay.
sure,
Yeah.
I
Okay,
be back.
so Dr. Matani, this is a question from our faculty member, Mr. Shamsul. He is one of teacher or lecturer in community nursing also. Thank you for sharing. I would like to ask, he would like to ask, what model do you use in Thailand in preventing COVID-19? And what model do you think can be effective to be implemented in Indonesia? What do you think?
I think, in my opinion, I think the some religion in Indonesia, like Thailand,
Mhm.
such as I show you about the Muslim religion in Thailand. If you follow uh, the model like Thailand, when you go to the mosque for prayer, for do religion activity, you can follow some activity in the model in Thailand, such as if you have fever, you cough, you don't go to the mosque. Second, if you go to the mosque, you have to use only prayer mat by yourself. Don't share with your friend or your family. And you have to clean the boat every 5 times before and after you pray. Something like this. I think this model can work in your country. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to follow the protocol for the strategies from the government, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So Dr. Kamurat,
Yes.
so what is it?
As on the screen, can you see the picture on the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That my staff who went to work at the uh, community hospital, who have to look after the person who got COVID-19 infection. They had to wear this when they went to visit the patient, and that
Mhm.
before they that before they get the patient to the hospital, they have to came down to interview them, to assess them. And this day I went there to see where they live and how they work. This me and this my staff, these three of my staff who gonna sleep in this room and work at this
Mhm.
hospital. They provide the room for sleeping, and the room, the room to do nursing order, and the patient will be in another floor. That what they do. That uh, we came here to see 6 people off. 6 people, we leave them here to work. They just volunteer to do that, because like the uh, chief medical officer asked that, oh, they didn't have enough nurse. If anyone would like to help, they just raise their hand up, and then they say, oh, okay, we we go to help them. And this at the college, we couldn't go to work in a hospital, but we can provide them some protection. We were making a face shield at this time, that you can see that we we donate some money, and we got some money, and we bought materials and made face shield by ourselves, and then donate to hospitals at this time. That after we made that our activity during the COVID-19. All right. Anything else do you like to know?
Okay. So a question from Muna Surya, if I'm not mistaken. Um, uh, well, I'm not sure she wants to ask to Dr. Kamolrat or Dr. Matani. So I want to ask how to improving knowledge in the family to take care terminally ill family member during COVID-19.
I think
How
this
to,
this
yeah,
this this I think this question for me.
yeah.
Yes, because when I as my job, when I go to the house or home of a patient in the community, I will let the family member know about the sign and symptom also. And then if I see the patient have sign and symptom like this, I will tell the family member to observe and quarantine the patient. If they have only a lot of sign and symptom, you have to tell them to quarantine the family member in the community, in your home, or in if they have a lot of fever or you high fever, you have to send them to the hospital. If you only quarantine in their home, it's not enough for the prevent the COVID-19. It's maybe the like a spread to a family member in the community and family.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. It looks like we've covered all of our questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Turner and Dr. Rada Buter. On behalf of Faculty Nursing, Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta, it was our pleasure to have both of you here today. Perhaps we can have another agenda, such as perhaps student exchange, lecture exchange, or have some research projects together. Yeah, so I hope today's topic fruitful and engaging to all of us. This pandemic is not over yet, guys, and the world is still need us, nurses around the world. I will give the screen back to the MC, Mrs. Dea Natasha, please.
Thank you, Miss Dewi Anggraini. So, yeah, everyone, we have heard a very interesting topic from our distinguished speakers, which explain the role for maternity and also community nursing during COVID-19 pandemic. And also, I'm so happy to see all of the active participations from the audience. So, honorable speakers and participants, Alhamdulillahirabbil Alamin. Now we come to the end of the International Learning Experience program. So let's hear the closing remarks by our Dean. Please welcome Dr. Muhammad Hadi. Time and screen is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Master of Ceremony, Ibu Natasha, Dea Natasha. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'd like to start by thanking the committee for their work so today event can run smoothly until the end. I also would like to thank all of Faculty of Nursing, University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta students for joining this event. And finally, we could end this event with mentioning our special speaker, Dr. Kamolrat, and also Dr. Matani. Thank you for giving us your precious time and share with us. I'm sure all the lecturer and student of Faculty of Nursing who joined this event to get knowledge can get many things from that speaker. I hope we here can apply it in our situation here. So again, thank you, Dr. Kamulat and also Dr. Matan. As I mentioned before in the opening, this collaboration between Faculty of Nursing, University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta, and Prabowo Marachari Institute for Health Workforce Development, especially in today's 7 Boromarajunali College of Nursing, Jambat Nontapuri. I hope we can continue our collaboration in the future, maybe lecture exchange or even student exchange, because I am really happy with this collaboration and it would be a waste if we are not building more and more collaboration after this. I hope both Dr. Kamolat and Dr. Matani agree with me. I will finish this closing by saying Alhamdulillah. I know I have gained many input from today's event and I hope you all have too. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you, Dr. Muhammad Hadi. Once again, on behalf of the all committee members and the college, I would like to express my utmost gratitude to all distinguished speakers, Civitas Academica of Faculty of Nursing, University of Muhammadiyah Jakarta, and also members of FLOR for making the event a success. And please do forgive us for any mistaken that happened during the webinar. And also, I would like to remind again to the all participants, please to fill the link evaluations as the requirement to get the certificate. So till we meet again, perhaps in the next program. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wassalam.
Do you think we have to take a picture together?
Yes, yes. So for all participants,
Mrs.
please
Dea,
open your
would you
video.
mind to stop sharing?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and stop sharing. Okay. So who will be count?
I give the comment to you.
Okay, so I will I will count. So okay, so I want to make sure that everyone already set up your video so we can see your face. We will have a documentation, a taking photo together. So yeah, there are 16 pages. So I will say 1, 2, 3, 16 times, right? Okay. Okay, so for the first slide, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, for the next one, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next one, keep smiling. 1, 2, 3. Okay, slide 4, keep smiling. 1, 2, 3. Next, 1, 2, 3. I guess from the page 5 to until 16, all of them not open the video. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 9. Slide 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Slide 11. 1, 2, 3. Still going on. Slide 12. 1, 2, 3. 13. 14. 15, and the last 16. I will back to MC. Do you want to say something?
Okay,
Mrs.
thank
Dea?
you. Thank you again for all of the participation. Thank you, Dr. Kamolrat, and thank you, Dr. Matani. Till we meet again. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Kamulrat. Thank you, Dr. Matani.
Yeah, see you.
Thank you.
See you. Bye. You may click leave. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mr. Hadi.